What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. At the time of this video's upload, it's the 2-year anniversary of my channel. It's crazy to think that I've been around that long, and I'm grateful for all the support along the way. But with how long I've been here, there's been one thing that a lot of people have asked me to do. To the point where it's kind of a running joke in my comments now. No, I'm not talking about what if Kanye was in Dragon Ball. I'll get around to that soon though. Jokes aside, the one big suggestion that everyone's been saying is what if I was in Dragon Ball? It's a really weird concept. And apparently others have done it too, and I wasn't really too sure how to go about this. It is a weird concept after all, but I think I found a way to make it interesting. But there's a catch that comes alongside it. You'll see as we start this video. And for this part, let's hit a like goal of 3,500 likes. If I hit that, I'll continue on with the series and make another part, because I'm not too sure yet if I want to continue this, but let me know below. Anyways, let's begin the story. So the biggest problem was trying to figure out how to put myself in here. I did a poll a few weeks ago asking what species the character should be. And a lot of people said I should do Bio-Android, because my avatar is based on Cell after all. But that posed an issue. For one, turning Cell into myself wouldn't really work and I don't really know how to go about that. Plus, if it was me, I could just cheat the system. It wouldn't really be that fun. Like realistically, if it was me in there, I would basically find a way to speedrun the whole series, aiming for the Super Dragon Balls and wishing for whatever I want. It's a smart move, but it wouldn't be fun. Another option was to use my avatar as the main character. This purple guy right here. And I like that idea, but the issue is its origin story is really weird. Like, really weird. Trust me. Going off script here, but the whole origin behind it, it's Cell absorbing Mr. Incredible. Yeah, it's a long story. Please don't ask about it. I don't know myself either. But yeah, I don't know how that would work in the story, and if I did it, Mickey Mouse would come to my house and personally kill me because I violated their copyright, so yeah, not doing that. Instead, I found a better idea. One that makes an original character based on that avatar, and kind of based on my personality. And no, it's not going to be some super strong hero with all the knowledge Dragon Ball that I have. You'll see as we go forward. So, how are we supposed to put a Bio-Android in the series? Well, let's rewind, and give a little backstory on this new character. Let's go back to after the Red Ribbon arc. As we know, Dr. Gero was one of the survivors of the Red Ribbon Army, and then he started creating androids in order to get revenge on Goku. This is where we'll implement a change. Gero is starting to work on his weapon. He wants to make an ultimate android, one strong enough to kill Goku and enact his revenge. And he feels the best way to go about that is to make a bioengineered one. Basically, consider this the beta version of Cell. He wants to try and test it out first. For simplicity, he codenames this project Salad. And he begins his research. Just like he did with Cell, his idea is to get some drones to go out and find out info about all the other fighters around Goku. Maybe that way, he'll gather data on the fighters and their DNA. With all the knowledge of all these fighters, he can create a really strong opponent, using the help of one of his powerful computers and his great mind. It takes a bit of time for him to begin the process, but eventually he has it all planned out, and the 22nd World Tournament comes around. This is where he begins spying, getting DNA and info from Goku, Krillin, and Roshi. Eventually, he sees Tenshinhan too. He seems pretty strong, so he gets data from him as well. And hey, while he's at it, he may also research Yamcha, and even though she's not a fighter, maybe getting some of Bulma's DNA might help, gathering her intelligence as well as Gero's. But he still needs more. And luckily for him, this tournament leads into the King Piccolo arc, and he gets some DNA from Piccolo too. This should be good. It'll give this android more evil influence, and it'll give him more power. He even has one of his drones observe Piccolo Jr., who's born right after King Piccolo dies, following him around as he trains, and trying to follow around Goku as he goes to Kami. But the drones can't reach Kami's lookout, so that's kind of an issue there. Although, the 23rd World Tournament gives another opportunity. These drones study more of the fights. Goku vs Chi-Chi, Krillin vs Piccolo, Goku vs Tenshinhan, and Goku vs Piccolo. Plus, the weird encounter between Piccolo and that one guy that was in the tournament, who is actually Kami in disguise. The drones keep an eye on him, and once Kami actually shows up later on, he's actually able to get some DNA from Kami, assuming he's pretty strong because he looks like Piccolo. Probably another one of those demon people. It's been years at this point, and he's gotten a lot of data and DNA. Gero's pretty confident now. The Bio-Android is growing a lot stronger and has some great potential. Right now we're around the end of Dragon Ball, and he starts preparing the android to be born. This is during the time skip between the 23rd World Tournament and the Saiyan saga. Eventually, the computer finally creates the android, feeding it more info as it's released. But Gero then notices there's an issue. This android is growing too powerful. Gero needs to stop it before it grows too strong. He doesn't want it to be uncontrollable. Plus, it's even getting too strong for the computer's capabilities. It's becoming sentient earlier on than it should have. Gero frantically goes to the computer, trying to fix this issue. But as he does, he hears glass shattering behind him, as all the liquid pours out of the container. There's a massive explosion, Luckily, he's able to make it out alive. But his lab is all but destroyed. Standing there in front of him is a purple humanoid, with very alien-like features. Since he was released early, he's actually in an imperfect state. This isn't how he was intended to be, and Jiro fears the worst. If he escaped this early, that means he's probably not going to abide by his commands. This android tries to get a sense of where he is and what he's doing, as Jiro tries to control him. The android collects all his thoughts and realizes what's happening. He doesn't want to be controlled by Jiro. He knows Jiro might have a vendetta against him. He's cunning. He's already caught on. Instead, he makes his escape, attacking Jiro to hold him off, hastily getting out of the lab as he grabs some drones to go with him, not really sure what to do now. The android makes it far away, and he's pretty frantic right now. I mean, he's sentient and knows who he is and what he is. He's the amalgamation of all these other people, genetically engineered in order to kill. He hides out in a forest now, not sure what to do. There's thoughts in his head telling him to kill Goku, but there's also other thoughts. His own mind, his consciousness, is overpowering all that. He wants to be independent, but he still struggles to grasp what he really is. Yeah, he knows what he is, but he can't quite accept it. He looks into a pond nearby, getting a glimpse at his appearance. And there he sees something horrific. He looks like a monster. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't even know his own name, if he has one. There's only one codename that he's ever gone by, Salad. And now, we have the birth of a brand new character. He has a bit of evil in him, thanks to both of the Piccolos and the old data that he has on Tenshinhan when he was a bad guy. The reason he's even struggling is because of the other DNA inside of him. He has people that are pure of heart, specifically Goku and Kami. Kami's one of the big factors though, and that's why I mentioned him before. His DNA is what really jumpstarts Salad. I mean, think about it. He expelled Piccolo from him and he has a purely good heart. He's literally God after all. We'll get into why this is more important later on. Salad doesn't know what to do now, but he decides one thing. He doesn't want to be a pawn to anyone. He doesn't want to be Jiro's device. He wants to be his own person, not a killing machine made for Jiro and only Jiro. But that's the thing. Besides that, he doesn't know what his purpose is. He has immense power and potential, but if he were to go out into society, I mean, look at him. He won't be accepted at all. He's a monster. But maybe he could fix this. He knows he's still imperfect, not at the true potential that Jiro intended. If he aims for that, he could fix himself. But he doesn't know how to do that. See, it's not like Cell where he has to absorb 2 androids to become perfect. The computer was intended to do that for Salad, but he was released before that happened. And now with the lab destroyed and Jiro after him, he's on his own. We'll leave him alone for a bit, and go over to the other characters. We skip to the Saiyan saga. Once Raditz arrives on Earth, he detects a few high powers. One of them's Piccolo. He meets up with him and realizes that this isn't Kakarot. He senses another one though, but it disappears really quickly. It was actually Salad that he was sensing, and Salad sensed that Raditz was getting closer and got worried that he was being hunted. Whoever this guy was pretty strong, and he assumed it was one of Jiro's androids, another one that he made in order to kill Salad. He lowered his power and hid away, hoping that he wouldn't be detected. Raditz doesn't pay any mind to this. His scouter was probably bugging out. So, he forgets it and goes to the other high power, which actually does turn out to be Kakarot. His encounter with Goku and friends goes pretty normal. Piccolo and Goku team up, going to save Gohan from Raditz, and the two rivals begin their fight against the Saiyan. Salad continues hiding out, still worried about this guy. He doesn't know what else this could be. It has to be something that Jiro made. If he really needed to, he can kill Jiro pretty easily, but if Jiro has a new minion, who knows? He doesn't know how that'll turn out. As he's panicking, he then senses a fight, going to see what's happening. It's the same guy he sensed before, and from what keys he could feel, it seems like he's fighting against Goku and Piccolo. This has to be something that Jiro created. There's no way there would be someone this strong on Earth, especially since it's going after Goku. He doesn't want to go close though. He takes one of his drones and hides in the mountain nearby, throwing the drone to go observe the fight. The drones begin collecting data on the fight. This man is unknown, but they study his DNA and bring it back to Salad. He sees that it's an alien like Goku. Yeah, they actually know that Goku's an alien by now. After collecting his DNA, they realize it's not one of an Earthling. It's just too different. Sure, they know he was a monkey boy or something, and it might be attributed to that, but a better theory is that he might be from outer space. They don't know for sure though, but what Salad and the drones can tell though is that this guy has some relation to Goku. Whatever species or mutation that Goku is, this guy is the same thing. Salad begins theorizing. Is it some genetic duplication of Goku that Jiro made in the lab? Or is it actually someone from outer space? The technology he's wearing on his face, and the armor, it's nothing like he's ever seen before. The drones keep observing, and Salad contemplates joining the fight. He doesn't know though, if he does join, he might be attacked by both parties. And what would be the purpose of even joining? He wonders if he should get involved, but before he could even come to a conclusion, Piccolo then launches this attack. Some weird beam that Salad has never seen before, except for earlier in the fight. Piccolo tried this before and it missed, but now it makes a direct hit, hitting Goku and the guy that's now identified as Goku's brother, thanks to the drones picking up their conversations. It looks like he hesitated a bit too much, because now there's no Goku to help. And this invader is dead, but he listens into the conversation and gets a gist of what's happening. And here's something terrifying. This guy's a Saiyan, which he assumes is an alien race that Goku is part of too. Again, he missed a lot of the context, so he's trying to piece this together. From what he hears from Raditz, 2 more Saiyans will arrive in a year, aiming to get their revenge and destroy Earth. He thinks they're screwed. Goku's now dead, and he's not sure himself what to do. He goes to hide away again, sort of in a panic trying to formulate a plan. But he can't keep hiding forever. He contemplates more and realizes what he has to do. If he wants to survive, he's gonna have to fight against this Saiyan threat somehow. But there's one big issue. He would have to team up with everyone else, Piccolo and all the humans. He doesn't know if they'll accept him. Maybe they'll see him as a threat and they'll come to kill him. See, Salad isn't weak, no. He was made strong by Gero, that's pretty obvious. The issue is, he's never been in conflict before or shown off his power. He doesn't really know how much is in there, and that's why he's not too confident right now. But he's slowly beginning to realize, he could harness this, there has to be something more within him. He just needs to learn more about this power, and there's only one person he can think of consulting. If he goes to the humans, they'll probably attack him. He is a threat after all. But maybe there's one person he can relate to. Let's move forward a bit. Out in the wilderness, Piccolo has started his training with Gohan. Gohan is left completely alone, with Piccolo watching nearby, trying to remain low. Piccolo then senses something, an unfamiliar key getting closer. Well, at first it seems unfamiliar, but the more he focuses, the more he gets creeped out. He senses Goku, he senses Krillin, Tenshinhan, Yamcha, a bunch of other powers, and most scary of all, he senses himself, and King Piccolo, the Demon King, and himself, the reincarnation of him. Piccolo thinks this might be another threat coming after him and Gohan. He gets ready to fight. But this figure approaches really casually. He begins questioning who he is and why he's here. He looks like some sort of alien, and Salad tries to get Piccolo to calm down, saying he's not here to fight. But Piccolo's not stupid. He thinks this could be a trick, and he keeps his guard up. He tells Salad to explain quickly or he'll fight. And frantically, he begins speaking, giving an abridged version of his backstory. Piccolo's confused. The Red Ribbon Army, they were destroyed a while ago. And now there's this android, and he has all the DNA of all these people around him. This has to be some sort of joke. He wants to know who this guy truly is. He tells him to start talking before he kills him. But then the two of them hear a voice in their head. It's Kami. Piccolo gets mad, telling Kami to not invade his thoughts like that. But he tells Piccolo to trust him. Salad is surprised. First of all, why is Kami siding with him? And second of all, how does Kami even know who he is? Kami begins explaining. He knew of Salad's existence, and know that he's part of Salad now. His DNA is in him after all. Wait, what? This comes as a surprise to both of them. Piccolo's surprised that Kami kept this from everyone, and Salad's surprised that Kami even knew. Obviously, Kami's a pretty smart guy. He always saw those drones flying around. He saw it at the 23rd World Tournament, and the whole reason he noticed it in the first place is because they tried to come up on his lookout. I mean, he does dictate who comes on the lookout after all. And he would see this thing trying to make it up there. That's when he started observing more, eventually finding out about the existence of this android. He senses evil in him, but also good. He's conflicted right now. But more importantly, he tells Piccolo that this guy's telling the truth. Not only about his origin, but about his intention. He wants to help against the Saiyans. And he had a good reason for hiding out this whole time. He tells Piccolo to just sense it. He's one of them. The DNA of both Piccolo's and Kami. The DNA of Goku. Everyone else. And he's trying to get some purpose out of his life. He's not a lab experiment gone wrong. It's an independent, sentient, and conscious being. Reluctantly, Piccolo drops his guard, asking him if he's truly up for the challenge. He saw Raditz after all. And apparently the two people heading to Earth are much stronger than him. Especially because he was made to kill Goku after all. Is he really gonna side with him? And Goku's allies? Salad tells Piccolo that his life is at risk too. If he doesn't do this, Earth will be destroyed and he'll die. And after all, if he truly was after Goku, that would just make him Jiro's pawn, the one thing that he doesn't want to be. Piccolo realizes now that all this is the truth, just like Kami was saying. Well, they have a lot of work to do. Not only does he need to get introduced to everyone else, but it seems he's in a similar situation to Gohan. He doubts his power, but Piccolo and Kami can tell. He has much more potential within him than he knows. And they're going to make use of that. Piccolo will whip him into shape. If he truly wants to be an independent being accepted by others, he'll listen to Piccolo now. And with that, we'll leave this part off here for now. So, what did you guys think about this introduction part? What do you think about the character of Salad, and what do you think will happen going forward? And how will it change the Saiyan saga and everything beyond? Leave any thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. And let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we can get another part of this series. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? as well as hitting the bell icon to get notified about any future parts of this What If, or any other videos that I upload on my channel. Wow, I'm speaking really fast right now, I've never noticed that. Whatever, it's the end of the video anyways. I wonder if anyone ever watches the outros. If you're here, what's up? You're probably like one of the few people here. Whatever, this video is getting kinda long and it is the end. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on whatever video is next. See you all later.